All right. Oh, this is refilling. I'm gonna take a sip of my whiskey. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, first one always tastes awesome. Oh, we got a spitter too. Shit. Mez the spider. Oh, I need to rebuff. My bad. I didn't realize you were pulling back to here.
Everyone's sitting.
Yeah, I just didn't realize everybody's still sitting on being a dumbass. All right. I'm gonna start rebuffing.
And I got the sprint buff, so it's easy to pull.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do the Anslus.
All right.
Courtesy of our shaman. Oh, Meemaw.
Sorry,
Good.
Legitech. I don't have enough mana for your buff right now.
Heaven's corpse.
I need to get the I get the scroll to make the Wind Elemental's offhand dagger or offhand sword, but I didn't have the money to buy it at the time, and I figured buying the tank shit was more important.
Yeah, that's reasonable. You do need someone to tank for you. How's the damage feel in that class?
I mean, I hit pretty hard sometimes. If I've crit for like over 100. It's just hard.
It's more than I
Here
crit for.
rezzing this rando.
I wonder how many people that you do that to that had like no idea they'd even died here, where they just like given up on the body. You know, I think the last random person you rezzed was a Tempest of the Storm person too.
Yeah, they die a lot.
There's so many of them.
Yeah. Them, nap time, and what's the other one?
Don't Care Bears?
Yep, that's them. There you go, buddy. And it's daytime, just like that.
Yep.
Now go away.
Yeah. It wasn't an invitation.
Hi.
Slash wave.
Slash, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Yep.
Ow, bear. Please don't.
Did he even tip you, Mimo?
No.
Rude.
Send him an invoice. For services rendered,
I've
13
done
silver.
it so many times, and no one has ever opened a trade or offered to tip me.
Really?
That's
Never.
bad etiquette.
Wow.
I know, like that used to be a thing, and
Fucking WoW players.
Yeah.
EverQuest, yeah.
An EverQuest player will tip you for
Oh.
sure.
Yeah. or just not even EverQuest only, just like people that are from that MMO generation, like Anarchy Online, EverQuest, fucking Ultima.
Free WoW.
Yeah.
Any free WoW players will join you.
Yeah, WoW just made people afraid to fucking socialize even more than they already were being fucking gamers.
AO had the Elite Retreat, and they had a Winamp like radio station.
Oh yeah, Winamp, ICQ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ICQ. Dude, I still remember my ICQ number.
506-08499.
Mine was 168847122.
That's sad that I remember that and not my phone number.
Right.
Like, hey, what's your phone number? I don't know. I never call myself. What's your ICQ number? I mean, I don't message myself either, but I know that one.
Right. Yeah, 168847122. Pretty
Yeah, I don't even think that's even a program anymore. Did they finally shut it completely down? That sucks because I had some contacts on there. It'd be nice to like log on there and like talk to somebody I haven't talked to in like 20 years.
Right.
Yeah, I had a friend that I played Ultima Online with. Her name was Mooney. Played for years and years and years, and I really wish I wouldn't have lost contact with her. We played up like day out and stuff like that, and then we just kind of drifted apart. And sucks. We basically talked to each other every day from when I was 16 to like 21, 22, something like that. Although I do have a buddy Andrew that I met playing Ultima Online. His name was Sarkon. I still talk to him every day. We text each other and shit.
Did you ever play any of like the free shards?
I don't like them as much. I don't like the random save times, like the server just randomly pauses what saves. I don't like the fact that like they have to like code in when the server like resets the next day, they have to code in the like the black dye tubs and stuff to spawn. Like I don't know, it just doesn't, it feels not authentic, which it isn't. So it's like close but not the same. I don't know. And part of what made it for me was like the people I played with, like they're just not there anymore. So
I used to GM on a private server that was pretty big. It was called Xanadu XAN.
Gotcha. I think I heard of that one. I played one of the most popular when I tried it out. I can't think of what hell it was called.
GMing was pretty fun. My job was to decorate houses. Like there was like a service you could pay like with UO gold or whatever, or with real gold or real life money. And, you could get like a GM to like build you like this fucking insane house.
That's cool.
Dude, I'm so sad. Like before we ended up leaving Ultima Online, like Mooney and I she had like a tavern and I had like a house, and we ended up getting like a tower and shit. And I just really wanted to work up to get a castle because we finally bought like the houses near us and stuff like that. We were going to like expand. We never actually did it, but we ended up creating like a little neighborhood, like with people living all next to us and shit like that.
Yeah, were you in Trammel or Felica?
We were in the old lands, PvP and stuff like that, all the dead trees, Cephalosia or whatever the hell it's called. Trying to think. The dude who taught me how to PvP in that game, it's funny because he killed me a couple times and finally sent a message because he could cast like the Corpor spell before like the explosion went off from.
Yep, you can.
Yep. Well, but that was like right when it started getting really popular, and he could actually cast like 2 of those like back to back super fast, and he taught me how to do like target last target and all that shit, and I was just like, holy shit, it changed everything for me, and I got really big into PvP after that.
Yeah.
But
Energy Vortex, I think was Corpor.
No, that was a different one. Corpor was literally Corpor was like an energy blast.
It was energy something, I know that. And then you would use like explosion and flame strike.
Well, you'd explosion then Corpor, and then but if you timed it right, you can get it off and then start be casting your 3rd spell by the time it went off, so you could just dump damage on people if they didn't know what was coming. You'd always hit them first with like poison or something real weak and take off their reflect. And then I ran around with a quarterstaff, so my mage could like smack you and drain you of stamina, so you couldn't sprint forever. There was a lot of fun stuff in that game that I liked.
Just googled it. Corpor was energy bolts.
Yeah, energy bolt, right?
I knew it was energy something. I knew that. I was like,
Yeah, we never used flame strike unless we were doing like a first guild battle, and we coordinated attacks and we just drop it on one guy. But other than that, I never used it in PvP. It just took too much mana, it took too much time to cast. It wasn't worth it. Oh, good old Ultima Online. I miss those days.
I actually preferred EverQuest.
Yeah, I will.
Preferred EverQuest.
I had my community there, like just the people I ended up playing with. Like I met really good friends there. Actually, one of our guildmates, I remember very vividly. It was very awkward. Like he was one of the people in the guild I didn't know that well, but he would like role play a paladin. And he ended up like in real life. He was like in a stream or something like that, and like hit his head and drowned in real life. And they ended up having like a service for him and shit in game.
Aw,
Yeah, it was really sad.
damn.
Yeah. It was like the first time I dealt with that because I was like 16 or something like that. So it was kind of all like foreign to me. Like, oh, this guy I just played games with every day, like has a real life outside of this, and then he died. And it was weird. And he was a super nice guy, but I mean, he was like a role player. So like I didn't really interact with him all that much, but I'd see him in passing. You know, we'd give each other gold or help each other with shit. That was the first go I was in. It's called the Paladins of Serpent's Hold. And then I moved.
Through this game, they're trying to actually make people rely on each other a little bit more.
I love that about it too. Yeah. Like, you need this to do this, or this person can complement this.
It's a bit of a culture shock for
Oh god,
modern MMO players.
yeah, the WoW player's like, why can't I do everything myself? Why do I have to talk to the people I'm grouping with? Why doesn't it just do all this for me? What do you mean I can run a dungeon and it doesn't teleport me in?
Gaming community's got like uber toxic, like
Oh, 100%.
after like the early 2000s, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just I think it's the influx of all the new players from WoW too. Like it made them super toxic. Just that many people you're going to get bad eggs in there, and it just spreads.
Well, it used to be like it was just Baron's chat, right? Like
Right.
Where all the a-holes were.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was just like everywhere else, like you would run into nice people, and then it
Well,
just
when
got
WoW
so
first
bad.
started, it was not unlike EverQuest because your server was your community.
Mhm.
You had your name on it.
Yeah.
There was no cross-server stuff or group finder or anything like that. So if you were a piece of shit, everyone knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked about
When
it.
that went away
Yeah.
is when everything just went completely awful.
And I hated the instancing. Like I don't like the, you know, it's 400 people, but they might be on a totally different server than you, but it just merges them because it's convenient for the server load. I'm just like, I don't know, something about that just didn't sit right. Like I get from a technology standpoint and wanting to have your servers populated, I get it, but it just kind of sucked. I will say this, I also think it helped that we played, well, at least I played Alliance and World of Warcraft to start off with, and I feel like all the crazy assholes mostly went Horde at the start because they had all the crazy good racials and all that, so all the sweaty tryhards went over to Horde, and most of the people that wanted to play Alliance went Alliance, and that wasn't like everybody wanted to be Horde and trolls and all that, and I did not. Like I didn't like any of the fucking Horde races when it first came out.
I
Yeah.
wanted to be an undead rogue.
I like the Blood Elves and stuff when they added that. That was like all about that.
And a Tauren shaman named Eat More Chicken.
I was the only person who wanted to be the Horde.
Yeah, I did.
Why
know.
I was Alliance.
Well, I started Alliance because of Night Elves.
I wanted to be a Night Elf until I saw their animations and I couldn't do it.
And
I
then,
hate the ears.
well, like I loved Helldestroy. I love the Noob Garden.
Oh, it's a
but, like,
gorgeous area.
beyond that, I was just like, and then I went Horde, and I fell in love with the cow people.
Yeah, their area was so cool.
Yeah.
It is.
I love that area. The Night Elf area was actually really cool too, but what I didn't like I wanted to be a ranger at first, or like a Night Elf bow guy, hunter. But they held their bow like a weird way, and I fucking just couldn't get over it. And then I tried playing a cast.
They like gangster style.
I hated it so much.
So
Yeah.
stupid looking.
And then I'm like,
But-
I'm gonna play. I like playing casters. I'm gonna play a mage, and just like the spell animations, like they're all hunchback and stuff, kind of like the troll, and I didn't like that, so I ended up going with a human mage. And then I ended up re-rolling a blood elf, and then the horde actually got elves, and I fucking loved the animations and everything for it. I'm like, the city was cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Um,
I loved like the Undercity because it's all like Tim Burton-y and
that
everything.
that was very cool with like the skulls and
Yeah.
stuff.
And then they made goblins playable, and that was it.
So funny thing is, I ended up really liking the Void Elf on Alliance because I like the Alliance cities better. I think Storm was like one of my favorite cities, just the way it's laid out and the way it looks. I really don't like Orgrimmar at all.
Mhm.
So I'm like, cool, I can go back to playing Alliance. So that's what I did. I played a Void Elf. They had the cool elf casting animations, and I don't know, I just liked them a lot. And then they fucking added the ability to play fox people, and I'm like, normally I don't like play furry classes, but I fucking love those little guys. So like I unlocked them and I made one. I had a horde mage, was a little fox running around, and I just loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I think I quit before that happened.
Yeah, it came kind of towards the tail end, I think, of Legion into. I unlocked them right before that they went to Shadowlands or something like that. Like I even like character switched and everything. Like fuck it, I'm gonna be a fox person.
They had just started using that system to unlock new races the last time you played.
Yeah.
It was, you could have the Void Elves, and then the Horde had something too that you could unlock at that time. Because I unlocked the Void Elves and made Warlock, I think it was.
I want to say the Magar, something like that.
No, I think they had the high bar.
Volpyra came out in BFA, so yeah, that's what I played. Volpyra, that's what it was, the fox people. But I fucking loved them. They had like a little. I think their recall was really cool because it like summoned a little wagon you jumped on the back of and it just rode away like a caravan. So that was a recall.
Pitch a tent wherever type thing.
Yeah, I fucking love them, man.
That's what I liked. You could literally set like a second Hearthstone anywhere in the world. It
Yep.
doesn't have to be under one or anything.
Yep, they were fucking awesome.
And
I went back
it
to
gives
the
you a
Alliance
reason to,
though.
like, give you a reason to like farm old content because you could get like different
Mhm.
other backwards or whatever. Get like different things through it.
I will give WoW credit. Their mount game is really strong. I like the idea that mounts were kind of rare, but you can go farm the old ones, but they're still like a 1% drop, so it wasn't like you were gonna get it every time, or a 0.1%. Like I never got the Ashes of Valar, and that's the one mount I wanted because I love phoenixes. I want tattooed on my damn arm for crying out loud.
All I wanted was the one from Icecrown Citadel, and then I got it.
Oh, the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Arthas' horse. I can't think of the fucking name of it though.
It's escaping me right now.
Invincible.
Yes,
Yeah, Invincible. Yep.
Yeah.
Invincible's Reigns.
They had a really cool Phoenix mount type thing that was in Warlords that I was trying to camp to get. It was like the Firehawk kind of mount. It was really badass looking. It wasn't a Firehawk, but it like had that kind of look to it. I have the Dark Phoenix, which I fucking love.
The amount I like ever tried to repeatedly farm.
Yeah.
Nope, it's a new week. Time to go try and get that thing, and that's it.
Hmm.
The only one I ever really tried.
They added in Legion, like I ended up finally getting the Fox mount, and I fucking love that thing. It was really cool. Oh, they're adding coming up a while. I did see this, which I thought was kind of neat. They added the custom flying for like the dragon flying and all that, and I guess in this next coming WoW patch, they're adding like the Goblin City and like underground. So there's going to like you join one of the Goblin cartel factions. They're all down, like it's all Goblin themed and shit. But they're adding like race cars with like drifting and stuff, so it has like real driving mechanics behind the mount. And it
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and it goes faster than like the normal ground mount, so it's just like a big ordeal. I'm like, that's definitely cool. Just driving around a little Goblin fucking streetcar racing people.
I want to go to that town. Damn
I do
it.
too. I hope they add that shit soon. I hope they build out the world soon. He was talking about adding. He wants to add like 2 or 3 more coders, like 1 or 2 more developers, and then like 3 or 4 more artists, so they can really kick things in high gear. But it obviously depends on like their money and cash flow and all that. So they're not going to add a ton of people, and I think their team size is like around 20 people right now.
For this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. So
This is a Kickstarter.
yep, it's a small indie studio.
Indie MMO. Love it.
Yeah. Well, the
And
dude.
they seem to be doing so well too.
Yeah.
Like the servers were chock full the other night.
Yeah. Well, the Brad McQuaid dude's the dude who like he keeps trying to recreate the EverQuest MMO and just kept running into issues with stupid shit. Like he did Vanguard, but it was like the technology was too crazy for it. Like it was super laggy. And then Sony did Sony things where they just basically like said, you got to launch this now so we can make money. And I think he even split off of that and went to Microsoft. And Microsoft finally said the same thing, like, okay, you've been in development, we need to launch this. And it came out and like they had a lot of cool ideas, but it was so choppy and they couldn't recover from the bad performances from the start.
Do it your damn self.
Yeah, so that's what he did. Like he started the studio, but he ended up dying like 5 years into development from like a heart attack or something. So
Aww.
yeah, but that's why the Ranger was like always like prominent. He was like a big time Ranger player, Spider on Mimo.
Well, that's good news for me.
Yeah,
Now they have to be good to honor his memory.
that's what I'm thinking.
Always be awesome.
It's like I wonder if they're gonna put like a reference to him in the game. I'm sure they will somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that's why it's the spiritual successor to EverQuest, because like he wanted that magic back, but at the same time like he wanted to like modernize it a little bit because there's things about EverQuest he didn't like. So
Are you able to toss my elemental molecule?
What was that?
Ellie needs a heal.
Yeah, he's getting on level left.
Oh, coming.
I need manners.
Little Sody.
I do not want to die again.
Leash was definitely a horde. You played didn't you play mostly as I want to say a shaman, right?
That sounds right.
I think Leech played shaman.
Meemaw's out of mana.
Yeah, but
Rest break.
mana for all.
Smoke them if you got them.
I wish I got him. Trolls and Tauren. Yeah, I remember that's you're definitely Troll and Tauren. The trolls, man, the Hunchback, I can get over it. They were such good mages, but I once again, casting animations, I hated them. I couldn't play them. I really hated the Horde cities too, other than the Undercity, but I didn't want to play Undead. The Blood Elf thing literally solved my problem. I spent all my time in there in Silverman until like it became useless and couldn't go there anymore.
Thunder Bluff was cool though.
It was definitely cool, but it's like one of the unfortunately suffered from the same problem that most of the cities in WoW suffer from, where if it's not one of the main cities, then nobody really goes there.
Then
So-
no one goes there.
Yeah, because they put the auction house and shit in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, so it's like you have to go there.
Yeah.
Luckily, they put the auction house in the Blood Elf city, so that solved that problem for me. The stupid space cows I hated that zone too.
Oh, yeah, the Draenei.
Yeah.
The starting, like the noob garden content for them is pretty funny though, because of all the Star Wars references.
Oh, really?
They have a quest that's called the Kessel Run. It's just spelled a little different. Yeah, it's.
How long did it take you to complete it?
I don't remember.
Oh.
That was so long ago. Back when I lived in Florida.
I'm working on moving back down there myself.
Kind of a shit show right now, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm more about the weather and stuff like that. I don't mind the heat that much, so I'm okay with that. And I just sick of the depressing winters up here.
Have you noticed the hurricanes?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm one of the people like I'm happy I can live like inland. I can live like near Orlando and stuff, which you still get hit by the high winds and all that, but
One of my friends that lives just outside of Tampa, her house got flooded to the point where she was like, she had a video of her swimming through the house. Basically, she had
That's
like 3 feet of
crazy.
water. Like all of her cats were up on cabinets and stuff.
are they like Clearwater area or what?
No, like, it's called like Lutz.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just outside of Tampa. But, so they had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And then she took her 3 cats, moved in with her mom, and then her mom's house got divided in half by a tree during the second hurricane 2 weeks
Oh
later.
my god. Yeah, they had some crazy hurricanes. My buddy is a real estate agent down in Fort Myers, and like they're still trying to recover in the real estate market down there from damage from the hurricane that hit them real bad a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I
And stuff got really, like, kind of bad too, just because like Tampa Bay filled up with water and then
Yep.
it stayed. So
I was thinking of
that's
I want to kind of move to either like in the peninsula area, like around Destin, but not Destin obviously because we can afford that. But I was also leaning towards I grew up for a while in New Smyrna Beach, which is like right near Daytona Beach, so I like that area.
I have a cousin that lives in Rosemary Beach on the Panhandle.
Okay. Yeah, the Panhandle's not bad. It's just you still get the kind of nice seasonal feel sometimes, where it's not just crazy oppressive heat all the time. But
The only thing they get that's like shitty, obviously, is hurricanes, and then they get this red tide where it just smells
Yeah.
so bad.
yeah, that's the thing. Like my ex, when we were going to Florida, she's like, her parents had a condo in Daytona Beach, and she's like, we'll just stay at their condo. And I was like, because I was kind of leaning towards wanting to go to Destin, Crab Island, and all that stuff just for fun. Just because I've been to different parts of Florida, but I hadn't really been there. so I just wanted to experience it. And she's like, I'm not dealing with the red tide stuff like that. I'm like, all right, we'll go to. I mean, I know Daytona Beach area, so we went there and it was fine. I mean, I grew up down there for a little while, so I knew my way around.
House I grew up in was at the end of a canal, so whenever red tide came around, like all the dead fish floated to the end of the canal.
Yeah, that's appealing.
It was enough to like make you sick.
Oh, I bet.
Like you just didn't go outside.
Where they go? Oh, what's their salts?
Sorry, I saw a summoner running by with 2 elementals, and I wanted to grab his name so I could ask.
Oh.
He's
How do you
level
do that?
He's level 20, so he can have the 2 out essentially.
Oh, okay. I just looted some pants. They.
Wait, this guy's an enchanter,
Yeah.
and his name is Enchanter.
Yeah, I saw him earlier today. He's been leveling like crazy today.
He was partnered with he was partied with a guy named Wishard, and he was a wizard.
Still not as good as Boner the Necromancer.
Boner the Necromancer.
Does anybody need leather pants that are 9 armor?
No.
9 armor pants.
They don't have a stat on them.
Well, I have 5 armor, 1 intelligence pants.
I don't know if intelligence really does anything for you, but I mean, it's probably still better than these.
Does it add to your mana pool?
I think it does. I think it gives you increased mana.
Not hers.
But does it only do that for like certain classes? Because all it says is increase max mana for arcane. Yeah, you're not arcane, so.
She's not arcane, she's a priest.
Oh, well, give me those, and then do you?
I don't need anything in return. You can just take them.
Salt, do you want 1 int pants?
Yeah.
Oh, he can use those, sure.
That's what I'm saying. We can just trade pants.
Oh my god, this is a brick swap.
This is not, we're out in the field changing pants.
Only in EverQuest. So you don't get this. You don't get this content in WoW. Yeah, they did add the Zandalari, the troll race that stands upright. I forgot about that. They also added like the Maghar orcs that look a little bit different too, right? And then the fire dwarves, the dark iron or whatever. That's one thing I always really appreciated that EverQuest did back in the day was they had so many different races and stuff like that, and they had their own areas. I feel like that really added a lot of flavor to the game. Even though I didn't want to play a frog person, I thought it was cool that people could. You played a priest in Classic, shaman through Shadowlands, then demon hunters from then on. Okay. I know you like the heals a lot, so that's why I always remember the shaman and the priest. I forgot you did play priest in Classic. I was pretty much always a mage. I didn't want to play a marksman hunter, and I definitely didn't want to play a hunter with a pet, so...
I was druid at Classic.
I was definitely a mage. My arcane mage is probably the most fun I had during, with like Legion time. I love playing arcane.
My favorite thing I've ever played was Mist of Pandaria, Monk, Mistweaver.
Okay.
Mistweaver's fun.
They had like that. I'm not a big fan of the panda people, but I love the look of the zones and stuff like that. They had a really good art direction for that expansion.
Yeah, I think the best raid they ever did was Throne of Thunder.
That's what a lot of people say from raiders. I've heard that from like a lot of people actually. My favorite will always be Wrath of the Lich King. It's just pure expansion goes because the whole area was really cool. I remember the dungeons were really neat the first time I saw them.
The music in Grizzly Hills.
Yeah, like the whole all the environments up there. I actually liked all of them. But Grizzly Hills was really cool. I remember the first time you did that quest where you had to go down like the log flume basically. That was cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. They had a lot of innovative stuff in that game.
Yeah, back when they had all the really good designers, and then they all went to do the MMO that never came out, and then luckily Jeff Kaplan, who was like one of the main quest designers for WoW, was one of the guys who like were heading up the Overwatch team, because I think that's the only reason they salvaged any of that shit. I'm sad he's not with Blizzard anymore. He's my favorite developer there.
Where's he at?
I don't think he's doing anything now. Like he was running the Overwatch team from like back before they launched, because he was on it when it was an MMO, and that's why they kept trying to push. Like he wanted to do, like he still wanted to incorporate the PvE aspect into Overwatch. Like he was pushing that real hard, but they were fighting him on it, and that's why they kept like having the weird shit go on with Overwatch, with the Overwatch 2 and all that, because he had a vision for it, but they kept like wanting to push esports and shit like that with it, which I get it, but they didn't need to, because that game's too hard to follow with esports. There's so much shit going on that It's not like easily readable. Like you can't just look over and figure out what's going on if you don't know the game really.
Whatever happened to that game Titan that they were apparently working
It
on?
became Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because
Sure.
it-
Confirmed?
yeah, because it was their what that game was Overwatch was Titan, and Titan was supposed to be where you were basically like a superhero type character, like Tracer, where you could teleport around and stuff like that at night. But during the day, you supposedly had like a mundane job.